Serving in the Army in 2012, Jeremy met Ashley. They got married, had baby Sam. Jeremy got medically released from the Army, and this brings us up to today.
So we've had a lot of people recently ask us how much it costs to build our house here at Mapleberry Farm. So we're going to give you a complete breakdown today.
For the land, it cost us $18,500, and that's with an existing septic, and that's for about 70 acres of land.
Then we had about an acre cleared over a year period. So we had like half an acre cleared before we actually moved here, and we put our camper on that. And then once we moved here, we had another little section cleared. So to have that all done, it was about $2,300.
Okay, so once we had all that done, we started with the screw pile foundation. So those screw piles cost us $5,500 to get those drilled in.
And then we had our driveway done because it was like a complete mud bog, and we couldn't have any trucks come in for like the well or doing anything like that. Or we couldn't even have our lumber delivered to the house. We had to go get it all dropped at the front and then pick it up at the front and haul it in with our truck. So we got our driveway done, and that cost $4,000, and it was done with just big rocks. They just came and hauled a bunch of big rock, crushed it down, leveled it out, and filled in all the big holes. So $4,000 for that.
And then since we had that done, we could get the guys in here to do the well. So once we get the well down, they had to get down 60 feet on our well, so that's just going to vary for everybody's well.
Oh yeah.
But they went down 60 feet on ours, and it cost us about $2,100, so that was a good price.
Real good, yep. Then all the plumbing to run the wires and everything to get all the water running into the house and draining out of the house was $5,800, and that includes our propane hot water tank, the water tank, just the normal water tank, and then all the pipes and the lines.
All the lines, the labor.
Yeah.
The guy brought a little tractor here to dig the trench and stuff.
Right, from where the well was.
So that was for the complete, like everything.
Yeah.
So that one was a little pricier than we had expected it to be.
Yeah, definitely.
But, I mean, the payoff,
it's
really
worth
nice
it.
to have
it's
it,
worth
I guess,
anything.
right?
Yeah.
But there is other ways now, you know, other people can do it different ways. That's just the way we decided to do that, because I just wanted to have somebody do it and get it done.
Yeah, we wanted it all done properly.
Next, the wood stove. Now, we picked a really good wood stove. We got a Pacific Energy Super 27, and we got that because we wanted an efficient one. In the long run, it's going to burn less wood than another one would. Also, on another side from that, we also insulated the house really good to cut back on the wood a bit. But sticking to the wood stove, what we did was bought that stove, and we also had that professionally insulated, because up here in Canada, if you have that, you can get it wet certified if it's installed that way. So we got that done.
You said insulated. You had it professionally insulated.
Yeah, so we had it professionally installed, and the reason why we did that is because you can get a wet certificate, and then you get insurance on the house if that's something you're looking for. It was $5,000. That was for the whole deal. It installed the stovepipe, the chimney, the stove itself, the bricks, things like that.
Yeah, pretty good price.
Yep.
Then we bought the one-piece bathtub that you've seen in our bathroom. So we bought that brand new at Home Depot.
You might not have seen it.
If you haven't seen it, it's in one of our videos. We have a one-piece bathtub that we brought in before finishing the house, so before the addition or anything was on, and before we even had any
That's
walls.
how you have to bring those tubs in.
Yeah, because they're huge. So before we even put up any walls, we had that put into the bathroom, and it was $1,200. The patio door on. Yeah, on the small part of the house.
All the walls are up.
Right. But I just meant like inside. It was just the framing of the walls. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't have the insulation or anything in there. Yeah.
And then the toilet was $200. She actually went and got that toilet.
Yeah.
Nobody was around. Kind of a toilet's all right.
Yeah, it's mediocre. But the thing is, I went into Home Depot.
It does the job.
And I went in alone, and I asked the guy where the toilets were, and he showed me like this one small area on the back wall that had these really expensive toilets. And I really didn't know if I would have just walked a little bit further, and down one aisle, it had so many other toilet options. But I only seen that one. I was like, we need a toilet. So I bought that toilet, which I could have definitely got.
It is nice having the
one.
Eco Flush on it.
I don't even notice that it does anything different. There's the Eco.
I think it's like that much less water.
Right, like the tiniest bit. So I don't know. Anyway,
whatever.
That's our toilet. It's a soft spot.
Yeah. And so we also, for the oven we have, it cost us $1,000 for that, and that's a propane oven from Unique Off-Grid. We actually bought it at the Cabin Depot here in New Brunswick, but it's Unique Off-Grid that supplies those products, and that was $1,000. This is all Canadian dollars too.
Right.
So anybody watching down in the States, because we know we have a lot of American followers, you just maybe divide that by 70 to get 70%, 75%, and that'd be more likely what you're going to pay.
And they're like really close approximates. You know, we had to round it up so we're not giving you all the exchange and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's pretty close to the accurate amount. Then the unique solar off-grid fridge, which we have a review on our channel for, that was $1,400. It's an awesome little fridge.
And this is rounded up with taxes.
Yeah, with taxes.
That rounded up with tax.
Yeah,
right.
all these.
And that's an awesome fridge, 56 watts. If you haven't seen it, there's a review on it. You
Yeah.
can check that out. And we've done a review on it, 56 watts that runs on. That thing is awesome.
It is awesome. No complaints there.
And then the solar panels, we had already paid for these solar panels, so we didn't get a deal on these panels. You can definitely get a better deal than we did on the panels, and we wish we had known about the cabin depot, the place where we bought the stove and the fridge and stuff, but we
Yeah.
had bought these. We started buying panels, preparing to come down here,
Yeah.
so we spent about $900 on panels. Now that doesn't sound like much of a price, but it's only
Well, there was
450.
5. One broke, remember? One
So there's
smashed.
550 watt panels,
Yeah.
but those panels, you should not, like up here anyways, you can get them for like, and that's right at the store, you can get them for like $1 a watt, right? And we were paying Canadian Tire up here, as much as I like Canadian Tire, when it comes to their solar equipment, they make it look like they're marking stuff
Yeah.
down, and they're really not.
Yeah.
It's just, and it's still, the markdown is still higher. And with the solar panels. With other
Was,
stuff, I've seen them sell tools for like next to nothing. So
Yeah.
they don't do that with everything. But with solar panels, we bought them at Canadian Tire. They're Coleman solar panels. We 100% would not have done that. So that's what we paid. We're just giving you the prices that we have paid for this stuff.
Yep.
And having said that, on the solar, we also plan to greatly upgrade our solar.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
like the price as of now to get to the point we're at now, because a lot of folks wanted to know about that.
There's lots and lots more money that's going to be spent to upgrade
Yeah.
lots of things. So to go with the solar panels, we needed an inverter, which was approximately $400. And was that the one that we got at the cabin depot?
No,
or
the
we got that one?
inverter was also from
Canadian Tire,
Canadian
right?
Tire.
Okay, so we picked it up there.
And that was the same thing. The inverter we have, we wouldn't have,
Right.
because it draws a lot of power that we don't need.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
that's what we spent, so that's what we
Yeah.
have for now, right? Now the charge controller, we spent $500 on. That is the one we wanted.
Yeah, that's a
We
really
got that
good
at the
one.
cabin depot. So
Yeah.
now with that charge controller, we could add solar panels to it. So then once we start going, we're gonna start going with 250 watt panels probably. We can start adding to that whenever we want. You can change your system up to get bigger and bigger off the controller we have.
Then the batteries, we had smaller batteries when we first had our setup here, and now we've upgraded to some better, bigger batteries. So in total, between the batteries we used to have and the batteries we do have now, about $1,500.
Yeah, and that's making counting batteries that we don't even use now.
Yeah, we only use 2, which is
Just
about
that we've gone through.
$1,000
Yeah.
for those 2.
We probably get maybe $800 for the 2 we have, I think.
I think they were $450 plus tax.
Oh, with
They were-
tax? Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
with taxes. So
There you go.
Yeah.
Wires and cords, about $400. That's for like the cords that go connectors, the MC4 connectors, those things.
Some we had to buy right here, like in our local town, which is a little more expensive at the Napa, and yeah, they weren't terribly cheap. Some of them.
I bought cords there.
Yeah, like the little ones.
Oh,
that
the
right
little
on
ones
the
for batteries.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So, moving inside, we have the kitchen cabinets inside the house and the interior doors, as well as the main entrance door with the big glass frame on it. That cost me $400 for all of that because I bought it secondhand off of a guy his cottage flooded in our floods last year, or was it 2 years ago
2 years
now?
ago, yeah.
2 years ago now. So he was tearing down his cottage and rebuilding, and he took out anything that didn't get wrecked, and I picked it up for $400. So that was a super nice score for me.
So our back door was about $500. We bought that brand new, and that's because we wanted that back slider door, and that's what we wanted.
Yeah, to let the air flow through
Yeah.
the house better.
So when we bought our windows and our slider, that cost us about $1,500. We bought all those brand new, and originally that was in the first half of the house. This is a 24 by 40 house. Originally we just moved into the 24 by 24 before we built the extension, and then we just had put those windows in. It cost us about $1,500, which is not a bad deal for brand new windows.
Yeah, and then for the extension, we bought 3 new windows once we built the extension, and that cost about $690 for those windows.
And we bought those windows. They were kind of ones that somebody else ordered wrong.
Yeah, the
so
wrong
we kind
size.
of benefited by just saying, well, we didn't really care, right?
Yeah.
And then we bought them.
So we got them for a deal.
Yeah.
Then my washing machine, you may have seen in some of my videos, it's just a small portable washing machine that I can connect right to my hose. Currently, since my hose is outside and it's winter time, I'm doing the laundry in the house, so I have it running underneath the sink inside the house, and it drains into my kitchen sink. So that we bought again at the off-grid store, the Cabin Depot, and it was $400.
All right, back to the construction materials. The roof trusses were about $2,500, and that's for a 40-foot run. and that's 24 wide. Half of them, or maybe not half, about a third of them are cathedral ceiling roof trusses, and they're separated, you know, every 2 feet, like all trusses are, right?
Then the metal, the roof metal, that was about $2,700 for the entire house, so the 24 by 40 length as well.
All right, and on the first part of the house, we had taken a break at that point. Got a guy down the road to put on that section of metal roof, and paid him $600 to put on that first part. Me and my cousin ended up doing the second half the next year, but at that point we had very little help on the first half, and we just kind of were like middle of July, sweltering heat, and just took a couple days off while that guy put it up. $600 was a good price.
It was at that
to
time,
throw on
definitely.
the roof, so it was perfect. Now we'll put on all metal roof ourselves going forward. Won't do that again, but not because it wasn't worth it, right?
Yeah. The bubble foil, which runs under the entire house, the whole 24 by 40, was about $1,400 to do the whole floor.
And that stuff there, it's worked out well. I don't install it the way some other folks talk about installing it, and I still to this day do not say to install it that way, because when you're installing it on top of your floor joist, if you're collecting water in it, it's just going to be a pain in the butt, and you're going to have to go back under anyway. And unless you just are building like at mock speed or have a whole bunch of different guys, and that's no knocking anybody, that's just, I think, the smarter way to do it if you're going to go that way, is to cut the strips and go under and just deal with it on your back one time, put it all in between. And we've done that over here, absolutely zero issues, and we're in a colder climate than the other people I've seen where they live.
Yep. Then the insulation for interior and the ceilings, about $3,000 we spent on insulation.
Yeah, we have R20 insulation in the ceiling, so we doubled, so it's like R40 now, right?
Yeah.
Ran one way this way, and then the other one's that way.
Yeah.
And bats all through the ceiling that way.
It
And then we
could have
have
been
2x6 walls. We'll get to the price of that here in a minute.
Yeah.
And there's R20 insulation in the 2x6 walls too, and that gives us more insulation too in 2x6 walls, right? And up here, it's code to do 2x6 walls. So.
Then we're just taking like an approximate here on all the wood for the framing of the house. We've kind of guessed at $15,000.
Yeah, that's that's for the floor joists. That's not including the trusses. That's the floor joists, the framing of the 2x6 walls, the 2x4 walls for the interior walls, the sheeting for the floor, the sheeting for like the OSB on the outside the house, all that, because we use 7/16 OSB to sheet the walls, and then we used 5/8 on the floor. So for all that, about 15 grand, that's a rough estimate. A lot of these are kind of rough estimates, but they still give you a pretty good guess.
And then we also, before we put the addition on, it was a deck. So we had bought the deck boards to make that just a deck when we had the 24 by 24 cabin originally. And those deck boards cost about $1,500.
That was on the 24 by 16 front half.
Yes, yeah. And so now we still have them to use when we build a new deck now.
Yeah. Which we plan on doing. So.
Yeah.
So far, which we are far from done, so just take this number for what it is. We spent about $1,100 on wall coverings. That's like interior. For boards we put on the ceiling, put on the walls from a big lift of pine, like kind of rough, knotty, like actual holes missing in the knotty pine. It's actually flooring. I bought a lift of that stuff for $400 or $500, and then we bought some other stuff, some shiplap stuff for the ceiling, and then we bought a few more other boards that we haven't put on yet. So we spent about $1,100 on that. That price is going to go up. There's going to be siding going in the house. That price is going to go up, stuff like that. But
for now, that's what we're at.
That's where we're at. Yeah.
Then to Tyvek the house was approximately $200. And then we have like the miscellaneous stuff like nails and staples and the plastic wrap for interior. And we just kind of estimate about $500 for all that stuff. So,
and then like there's some other stuff, like we got, obviously to build the place, we picked up a couple generators leading up to moving out here and stuff. We've probably spent, a couple grand on gas and stuff over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And then we also picked up a shipping container. So we kept a bunch of our stuff in the shipping container. We still have that at the front of our property. We eventually want to bring that in. But so we have that, the different tools, different power tools like that. So all that stuff we bought. We had some stuff, but we also bought some stuff. So probably a couple grand if you added all that stuff up too.
Yeah. Not including the generators and shipping container. It's about $80,000 is what we spent for everything here. Like from the land to the clearing to the actual house that's built.
So land, foundation, cleared a bit, the wood, the house, where we're at right now, probably $80,000.
Yeah.
We still have some more to go into it. We still got to put siding on it. We still have a lot of other projects we want to do. We still got to finish the interior.
Yes.
But that is with the house completely livable with a wood stove, completely insulated. That's with all the house wrap, the acoustic seal, 100% all that stuff
All
too.
the solar.
So
everything.
all that stuff in that house, livable in that condition, at 80 grand so
Yep.
far with land. So suing all
Pretty
right.
good. And that's without a mortgage, so we're happy.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So that's the price of what the house is. Everybody's been wanting to know for a while. Anybody new, it gives you a rundown right away of where we're at so far in this story, because we got a lot more to do. We plan on doing a garage. We plan on doing
Mudroom.
getting more mudroom, deck, wraparound deck eventually. Gonna fence one in. Not fence in, roof that in, so you have another sitting room, like a four-season sitting room, screened and then windowed in the winter. We want to set up for deer, more deer management. We're going to keep pushing the maple syrup. We're going to get into honey. We have a whole bunch of other things we're going to do here, but sticking to the house project, we're going to keep on going with it, and you know where we're at.